Marketing Awards 2016, what's going to happen over the next 90 minutes? You're going to have an opportunity to get an insight into 4 of ICCA partners' best marketing ideas. And let me tell you, you're going to be motivated, you're going to be stimulated, and you're going to get real ideas that you can take back and implement in your organizations. Because if you haven't faced these issues that our finalists face, you certainly will face them in the future. And they've faced them and found solutions in a very creative and very effective way. So I'm really looking forward to it. We, of course, had a backup plan, and because of the situation on Sunday, we immediately decided that we would also go into our backup plan and keep to that plan, even though there's no need for it now. But we're going to use a paper vote this morning because, you know something, we wanted our finalists to be very relaxed. I keep telling them it's like a wedding here. It's like a big wedding. Not an Irish wedding, because an Irish wedding is something you don't want to attend, but a nice wedding where everybody is happy. And you don't want to make people nervous. And I say this every year, I am in awe of our finalists, because every one of you know how hard it is to make a presentation, because we all have to do that in our day jobs. But to make it in front of your peers, that's really difficult. So we want to make a nice, warm, and nice, very friendly environment, and that's what you have, and that's what I show you. So I'll tell you more about the voting system as we go through, but we want to make sure everybody knows that each person in this room has a vote, not like our General Assembly. Everybody has a vote here. So our Best Marketing Awards 2016, one has to say at the beginning that those awards would not be able to take place unless we had the kind sponsorship of the meeting show. So for a moment of your attention, I'd ask you to join with me in welcoming Steve Knight, the events director of the meeting show.
Thanks, Patrick, and good morning, everyone. The meeting show is very proud to sponsor the Best Marketing Award for what is now the 2nd year in a row. This morning, you're going to see 4 very different finalists showing you some of the best destination marketing campaigns throughout ICCA's global membership. Destination marketing is what you do. Our role as the meeting show is to give you access to the UK market, and we give you the best platform to do that. I don't want you to hear that from me, however. I do want you to hear it from the industry itself. Thanks.
The meeting show has established itself as one of the most important shows in the annual calendar. This is definitely a must-attend event for us, for Dubai.
It's a really great place to meet so many different destinations, world-class venues, all in one place.
To us, it's the UK's most important meeting places for buyers and visitors alike.
It's a must-come-to event, and I really would recommend it to any buyer.
It's bedding down now as a show. It's become established in people's calendars.
Now it's the main UK meeting show because it's prime importance as well.
The London and Partners team will be meeting with over 130 buyers, visitors to the show, which is great news for us.
The UK market is our most important feeder market, after which it's the US, and after that the rest of Europe, so we need to be here.
It's all about pressing the flesh, isn't it? There's nothing like, meeting somebody and having that empathy with them and understanding what their needs are and their benefits and what you need from them as well.
It's really useful because you have someone else to kind of help plan it for you as well. And there's just so much here.
It's really nice to meet people from the industry, venues, suppliers, different agents as well. So really good to all get together in one place and meet each other.
It starts early. We've got a whole day, and then towards the end of the day there's networking, there's drinks, so you can actually speak to people on a more personal level.
We've got lots of new exhibitors from all over the world. We've got more hosted buyers than ever before, more UK hosted buyers than ever before.
We get to interact and network and mingle and really get to know each other before we actually get into the show tomorrow.
I think those types of activities and events that happen outside the show floor really increase the level of engagement and networking and the value that you get when you're here on the show floor.
You can walk the floor and within 10 minutes just know exactly who the right person from every venue is and just have a really good conversation.
Having seen the show floor yesterday and the buzz that is happening is giving us the opportunity to meet a lot of people in a very short term and even make appointments here with some of our clients and prospects.
You can not only meet the top buyers from the UK, which is a critical market for anybody interested in the meetings and events business, but you also can get education. That's a pretty powerful and compelling combination.
Doing the trade show where meetings can happen, as well as an educational component, is extremely important.
The main European destinations are here, some good cross-section of long-haul destinations. You can meet a lot of people in a short space of time.
Those who are not here, definitely encourage them to come and check it out and see what return on investment it can provide for them.
This is the place to be. If you work on the supplier side to the client side, you will take something away, because education is excellent, but you also have great and experienced people on the floor who will be able to communicate to you what they can offer you as a professional or you as a client.
We're in the meetings industry. This is the meeting show. The whole industry is about meeting people face to face, understanding about what they've got to offer, and building that sort of relationship with the key partners that we've got here. So, Meet Show, greatest place to do it.
That's the cue for you to clap. Thank you, Steve. We really appreciate your ongoing sponsorship and support. It's fantastic. Every year at our Congress we have, which is a great thing, we continue to grow in size, and we have people who attend for the first time. So those of you who've been here a while, please bear with us and be patient while I just explain and bring everybody up to date how our wonderful finalists have arrived here. We asked for submissions. We asked them to arrive by September. And by the way, this is a hint. All of you in the audience, start getting ready to submit for next year, because the prize and the recognition is really fantastic. And it's all online. It's very simple, and the team are here to help you. Of all the submissions that are received at head office, they're then filtered until we have finalists. Usually 3, sometimes 4. They've been so good this year, we've 4. We couldn't refuse anybody. And then we have a live presentation at our Congress. The winner is chosen on a 50-50 basis, and this is one of the many reasons why this award is so unique, because you, the audience, have a 50% vote. Your 50% goes to the judging panel. We put them both together, and we get a result. So it's really important that you listen and that you pay attention, and you vote as you are as professionals of who you think is the appropriate winner. And the winner will be announced by our President, Nina, at the closing ceremony. Hint, do not ask me who won, because I won't tell you. Do not ask any of the judges. They won't tell you. So don't waste your time. It's, in fact, as we say at home, it's like trying to teach a pig to sing. It won't work, and it's a waste of your time. So no gossip, I can assure you of that. So let me tell you about what are those criteria. Just to remind you, the criteria are centered around innovation and creativity, research and rationale, return on investment, success in meeting objectives, stated objectives, and how well the campaign, the idea is communicated, both on paper, which the judges have the opportunity of seeing, but also how well it's communicated in a live environment, which you will obviously have privilege to see as well. Okay, I'd like to recognize our judging panel. And all of the judging panel are made up of past winners, so they know what it's like to be standing on this stage and to be successful. We had Dawn Baldwin from Halifax Convention Centre, myself from Sulnua, Juan Jose Garcia from Barcelo Congreso, who's our board liaison, Anna Gorska from Warsaw International Expo Centre, Steve Knight from the Meeting Show, and Laurence Papachado from the Monaco Convention Bureau. So please join me in thanking our judges. They're important, but they're not as important as these people up here on the screen. And that's our finalists. From Sky City Auckland Convention Centre, represented by Callum Mallet. From the Bureau of Foreign Trade, Ministry of Economic Affairs, Meet Taiwan, Walter Ye and Aggie Yu. From London and Partners, Tracy Hallowell. And from Greater Bogota Convention Bureau, Sandra Garcia and Linda Garzon. So now, before we even do anything else, please, our finalists, would you stand? And ladies and gentlemen, would you stand and please recognize each one of these winners? Thank you so much, and so well deserved. So now we come to the presentation part of our session. And we pulled, the presentation is on a random selection basis, and the person who won the first opportunity to present in front of us is Sky City Auckland Convention Centre, Callum Mallet. You're welcome. Good luck.
Patrick. The clicker's not working. Excuse us. Here we go.
Not so far, far away, right in the middle earth of it all, is a little big city sandwiched between two harbours, dotted with islands and littered with wineries. Welcome to Auckland, New Zealand, where our nothing is impossible New Zealand character creates the perfect conditions for innovative ideas, new collaborations, fresh conversations, and positive knowledge exchange to flourish. Where the New Zealand International Convention Centre will be located, right in the heart of downtown Auckland, a hub of innovation in a vertically stacked, flexible, and modern building, where, from the get-go, we put digital first in order to connect to each other, our city, and to you, the world.
Good morning, I'm Callum Mallet, General Manager of the New Zealand International Convention Centre. Currently under construction, the NZICC is due to be completed in mid-2019 and will be the largest conference venue in New Zealand. We're at the start of a journey that sees us building a business that strives to be a hub of innovation and positive exchange, creating a meeting place for the world in the heart of a vibrant and awesome city. We identified some key barriers that we needed to overcome to help our team and our partners start getting bookings in place. The first was, how do we best market and sell something that doesn't exist? How do we give our customers a clear idea of what they are buying and confidence that it will be a world-class convention centre? The second challenge we faced was how we help both our customers and our partners, Auckland Convention Bureau, Tourism New Zealand, and PCOs, understand the size and scale of the NZICC. Our third challenge was communicating just how flexible and modern this building will be. In looking at how we began to solve these challenges, we turned to the people that know the most about the day-to-day challenges of booking events and conference facilities, our future clients and suppliers. Throughout the duration of the design and architectural development of the building, the NZICC worked alongside the architects and a team of specialists that help create experience in spaces. The process saw us running extensive experience design workshops with the people who will be our end users. Delegates, PCOs, event bookers, and service suppliers were engaged. The aim of doing experience design journeys is to ensure that the NZICC is part of a seamlessly choreographed end-to-end experience for everyone that will make contact with us. We want to remove pain points. In developing our method of how we sell the NZICC, we had a few goals. Firstly, we wanted to take people on a journey and allow the industry to feel like they have experienced what the NZICC will offer from day one. The ability to host site families and visits is approximately 2 years in the future for us, so ensuring our customers could get a feel of the building without taking a step inside was really important. We also wanted to ensure that we are building a sustainable business model from day one, a great opportunity that we needed to be bold with. The key was showing, not telling our customers.
One of our key challenges was helping our customers experience some of the really unique aspects of the NZICC. This tool has done a really great job at delivering to the clients what they've asked for, which was help me see the size and scale of the NZICC. Creating a digitally led business model for us is really important because digitally we can change, adapt and grow with our clients' needs, and we can also share all of our content and all of the knowledge that we have digitally. This tool allows us to connect with our audiences across the world in a really smart way. We have a long journey ahead of us, and how we continue to sell, evolve and grow the NZICC product is a great challenge we're looking forward to. And growing our digital tool and our digital assets are a key way of being competitive in an incredible international market.
Creating our floor plans and sales tools digitally gave us several advantages. It allows people to really get inside and get a feel for the building wherever they may be in the world. And it is able to be used on our website, via touchscreen tablets or nearly any computer. Making it a portable solution that we could easily give to our partner network was essential, helping arm them with all the information to be the experts, with every room's size and configuration capacity all within one piece of technology. It gives users the ability to interact with the spaces and configure the rooms to suit their needs, making it a lot more meaningful and relevant for them. So, how did we get to this solution? We worked alongside a small New Zealand technology company of 14 people that specialise in 3D technology and briefed them with our marketing challenges and what our customers wanted. We had no set outcome in mind, apart from delivering what our customers had told us they wanted to see. The solution needed to push the boundaries on what the industry already had as best practice and put New Zealand on the map as a digitally advanced and smart offering.
Build Media is a 3D visualisation company based in Auckland, New Zealand. We've been around for about 15 years and our clients are mainly in Australia and New Zealand. We have a unique team that consists of architects, 3D artists, post-effects artists and programmers. We love pushing the boundaries and creating new presentations using brand new technology. That's why we come to work each day. We've been working with NZICC for a number of years now, and they came to us with a brilliant brief to push the boundaries of what was potential and what was possible with using today's technology. This is a dream brief for Build Media. Storyboarding process is a huge part of the creative process for us, and one that utilises the whole team. We sat down, whiteboarded, we sketched, we scribbled, we came up with dozens of options that were current and available using today's technology. The whole project was designed to be long-term, and so we needed to think long-term. So we designed it from the outset to be highly modular. Each component was developed so that we could add on further modules later on in a very easily and adaptive way that could have this ongoing life beyond just the next 6-12 months. The architects had already created a comprehensive 3D model that was part of the design process, so we were able to utilise that 3D model, pull it apart, add high quality finishes and materials, and fill up each of the spaces with events. Turn that into a presentation that basically consists of hundreds, possibly thousands of images and little animations, and create that interactive interface. Those images can then be used and utilised online to be part of the online booking system. We've got a few other exciting options around the corner, and we're very, very excited about adding those in the future.
What was so beneficial for us about the solution was just how easily we can share information. We also save on shipping, postage and handling costs, allowing our team and partners to be much more mobile and prevent them lugging around heavy sales material when offshore, something I'm sure many of you can associate with.
We're always looking for the best ways to represent the New Zealand industry when we're offshore.
Having the new technology that's been developed specifically for the NZICC has really been a step change from how we're able to represent the world-class infrastructure we have come into our great country.
It's essentially allowed the centre to bring to life what is a hole in the ground. For an event planner, they can visualise and they can see and they can look at the functionality and the flexibility that the centre offers and map out how their event will be. It really helps to conceptualise all that detail that they need and all those bits that are so important to them, and gives them the confidence that this smart, innovative centre is going to deliver for them.
We have set long-term, ambitious targets for the centre. Going digital delivers to keeping our customers at the forefront of what we do, but also means we can be more responsive long-term. Long-term, it's more affordable and is more easily distributed than in any other method. We've had great success to date with getting a measurable financial return on our digital investment. This tool cost approximately $107,000 to develop for the software and the hardware. Ongoing, we see this tool being updated and responded to what our customers want from us. However, it has already returned the company with approximately $7 million in bookings that we're in the process of confirming, along with approximately $50 million in inquiries that we are working on. A good short-term result on some ambitious long-term targets. For the NZICC team, there is nothing more important than supporting and encouraging the sharing of knowledge and the sense of kaitiakitanga, which in Māori means guardianship and protection. So in lieu of all of you receiving an individual gift, on behalf of all of us, we would like to donate the money we would have spent doing that to supporting the Sarawak Forestry Orangutan Adoption Program with a gift of New Zealand $10,000 in order to assist them with increasing the awareness of the plight of orangutans and ensure their protection. Our gift of caring on behalf of you all, on behalf of us all. Thank you to ICCA for this opportunity, and congratulations and good luck to my fellow finalists.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, Callum. Excuse me. Our next presentation will come from the Bureau of Foreign Trade, Ministry of Economic Affairs, Me Taiwan, and the presentation will be made by Walter Ye and Aggie Yu.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Walter Ye from Me Taiwan Bureau of Foreign Trade. Those of you who know Taiwan know that while we may be small, we are very dynamic. Taiwan is famous for our high technology as well as our hospitality. With these features in mind, Me Taiwan launched our Hi-Fi Taiwan campaign. When we are at exhibition, we face a problem. When we are at exhibition, we face the problem. The right people don't always visit our booth. They don't want to stop by our booth. How can we keep and once they stop, the energy fades once they leave, while they leave? How can we keep the excitement from the first meeting? Me Taiwan faced the exact same problem. But we found a solution to tell you how we do this. I would like to hand you over to Aggie to talk you through the Hi-Fi Taiwan campaign. Aggie, please.
Thank you, Walter. Ooh. Thank you. What's the first thing comes to your mind when think of Taiwan? Most people usually say technology, and it's true. The high-quality techniques and advanced talents have enabled Me Taiwan to upgrade our meeting and event industry and connect it to the world. But another point comes to mind is the rich culture of the island, the food, the landscape. But I would say the very feature that makes Taiwan stand out is definitely our hospitality. And we have a saying for it: the most beautiful scenery in Taiwan is its people. In Hi-Fi Taiwan, we combine the very two different ideas together. High tech, the technological innovation, and high touch, the warmth of people. Together, we want to reveal the sincere and smart faces of Taiwan to the world. Let's take a look at how it works. Hi-Fi Taiwan was introduced at a number of international exhibitions and trade shows such as IMAX, ITNCMA, and Mass America. But no matter where it goes, it connects people immediately with a simple, friendly gesture, high five, and converts every single encounter into a meaningful relationship. With a very low budget, Hi-Fi Taiwan successfully keeps the conversational dynamics even after our partners return to their home countries, and the total cost works out at less than 7 cents per person. As a result, Hi-Fi Taiwan has helped make 175,000 connections between the global traders and buyers. And it has increased our booth visits by 17% compared to last year, 2015. Finally, Hi-Fi Taiwan goes beyond the pure business relationship and extends to helping the local communities in need. Hi-Fi Taiwan is the strategic solution to tackle the challenges that we face in Taiwan's meeting and event industry. And the very low cost, coupled with incredibly high results, is the strongest demonstration of it. And the assistance to the communities in need is our greatest motivation. Now, I would like to invite all of you in the room today to be a part of it. Let's high-five Taiwan. Everybody, high-five people next to you. Yes, high-five people next to you. High-five Walter, if it's near you. Let's high-five Taiwan. All the warm, positive energy generated today in the room will be converted into actual goods for next year's ICCA Gift of Love campaign. Finally, let's high-five Taiwan, Me Taiwan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aggie. Thank you, Walter. Our next presentation will come from London and Partners, and Tracy Hallowell will make that presentation. So please join me in welcoming Tracy. Just made an old man very happy.
You made me do the nose thing yesterday. Okay, we've had some stiff competition so far, but here we go from London. So, hashtag London is Open was a live campaign, still going now, that we launched 4 months ago. And really it was in response to this. So who would have thought a year ago that this could ever happen? Well, we woke up on the 24th of June to a sense of disbelief. Even though 70% of Londoners had actually voted to remain within the European Union, the rest of the country voted slightly differently. So what that meant was we suddenly had a huge challenge that we needed to overcome. Part of that was disbelief that I've mentioned. That wasn't only in our home state, that was also internationally, of people going, what have you done? The second thing was we knew we had to overcome a lot of potential negative concerns around London remaining a welcoming city, not only to visit, but also to live in, to work in, to invest in and to study in. And also, the very real risk that we faced as the Convention Bureau was that international meeting planners no longer saw London as a destination for their events. So, what did we do? Well, luckily, we were prepared. We'd already got a series of messages that we'd worked out for our various business clients, depending on which way the vote went. We'd run a number of surveys and we'd ask people what their concerns would be if we went one way or the other. We also already had some very strong relationships across the city through our commercial partnerships, government stakeholders and advocates. We knew that we had to react quickly. We had to engage as many people as possible to reassure them and to overcome and overturn the negative sentiment. And we also knew that we needed to keep it simple. So we deliberately created a simple idea to ensure maximum involvement by all, even for the most unsophisticated of our partners. So hashtag London was open, or London is open, was born on the same day, June the 24th, 2016. Our first ambassador was this guy. This is Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London. And the fact that he adopted it and became the face of the campaign really helped us become viral very quickly, not only through our own networks at London and Partners and the official Convention Bureau, but also through the Greater London Authority networks and beyond. And the campaign objectives were simple. We wanted to send a clear and positive message to the world that London is an open, welcoming and outward-looking city that wants to engage with the rest of the world. And secondly, we wanted to create a campaign that enabled others to quickly and easily get involved, communicating that same message across their own networks. So the messaging really began, it was about positive messaging around London being open for business. And this was sent out with the hashtag London is open, and businesses, institutions, hotels, venues, attractions, everyone was encouraged to develop their own messaging under the same London is open hashtag. We encouraged the city to unite with one simple message for the rest of the world. London is still open for business, but with a bespoke message for their own audiences. And we, as the Convention Bureau, continued to push out messaging through newsletter content. And we also set up a helpline where there was an insights portal where people could look for information and they could post information and research that they were doing. Communications company took up the challenge to help with international reach, and a series of planned activities month by month have and will continue to hit specific target groups. So from London's autumn season to IMEX America, from the Mayor's North American Trade Mission to ICCA Sarawak, Transport for London, London Film Festival, West End Theatre, stars of music, film and the sporting world, everyone has taken on and picked up on this campaign. And partners' involvement stretches from Wembley Stadium to Hilton Hotels, from Google to the Science Museum, the QE2 Centre, Excel and the Barbican, Richard Branson, the Chief Executive of the London Stock Exchange, Stevie Wonder, Jude Law, and the list goes on and on. The whole city has got behind this and backed the campaign. We've also been very fortunate in that we've got a lot of UK and global coverage around the event, and the following titles: BBC, USA Today, CNBC, Forbes magazine, the Financial Times, the Huffington Post, CNIT magazine, Meetings Today, South China Post, and multiple online channels that we probably haven't even monitored yet have all picked up and run with a story. This has actually been a campaign with relatively little, if no cost. Most of it has been in staff resource and time. And a lot of our networks have picked up and run with this pro bono, giving us help and assistance because they really wanted to be part of the campaign. It's worked because hashtag London is open says such a multitude of different things. It says London remains open for business. London remains open for business events. London remains open for culture, for education, for research. We're definitely open for diversity and so much more. We're open to all. We acted fast. We caught the imagination of a wide group of advocates, and we made it easy for them to join in and replicate by launching a simple and memorable tagline in #LondonIsOpen. Our partnership with the Greater London Authority and the campaign being spearheaded by the Mayor of London really helped the campaign to gain traction very, very quickly. It helped pull the city together behind one campaign and one message for the first time since the 2012 Olympic and Paralympic Games. And the campaign had immediate traction and impact and still keeps growing with multiple iterations. And we're continuing to survey all of our markets so that we can respond accordingly with new messaging as and when we need to. We had an open and inclusive approach to creating the campaign. Given the uniqueness of the challenge we faced, anyone with London partners and in London could put forward in action their own ideas. And this is some of the impact that we've had. So by the end of day one of tweeting on the #LondonIsOpen, we'd reached 17,813 tweets. By the end of week one, we'd reached 87 million people with over 35,500 tweets. And by the 24th of October, when we put our entry in for this campaign, we'd reached 326 million people. And we'd had 4,500 pieces of known media coverage. More importantly, perhaps, we'd seen a 41% increase in the amount of enquiries coming through the CVB team up on last year. Of that, from the USA market, we saw an increase of 66%, and from the European and Middle Eastern markets, we saw an increase of 23%. So there's some great results to date, but we can't stop there, and we are continuing with the campaign for a while yet. And in fact, there are a number of videos that go with this, one of which I'm going to show you next, which helps to sum up the campaign.
London.
London.
London. London is open.
The excitement, the innovation, the pool of talent. London is open. London is the greatest city in the world.
London is open.
London is unbeatable, and London is open.
London is open.
And one final thing, if I can just illustrate how simple this campaign is. On all of your chairs, you'll see a red London is open sign. If you'll indulge me, I'd love you to hang those signs up, and I'm going to take a picture of you and tweet it across the hashtag to spread the word a bit further. I'll take one more just to make sure. Fabulous. Thank you so much. One other thing, if you want to take the signs with you and do your own fun tweets later, there'll be a prize for the best one. Thank you for listening, and London is open.
Thank you, Tracy. And now for our final presentation, the Greater Bogota Convention Bureau. The presentation will be made by Sandra Garcia and Linda Garçon.
Is it possible to shape the future? What is our purpose? Can we make a difference? We are the people we connect. Together, we are stronger. We dared to dream that we could change the present. Fostering transformation is possible through the events industry. We dare to believe.
So why did we accept to bring the Nobel Peace Laureate Summit in Colombia? Because we are sure that each individual in Colombia will benefit from the summit's platforms for dialogue, but also the summit itself will be enriched by this experience.
This is the story of Bogota, Colombia.
As many of the convention bureaus, we face different challenges every day. We have to bring as many events as we can. We have to increase the number of tourists. We have to improve our image worldwide. We have to generate an economic impact. But what can be really overwhelming is the fact that we have to face those challenges in a very creative way.
In our case, our challenges were a combination between the lack of awareness of people who are not directly involved in the meetings industry about the relevance, limited resources, and believe it or not, as citizens absent of love for Bogota, and that made us feel really lonely in what we do.
But that is not all. For all of you who don't know, our generation is experiencing maybe the most important moment in our country's history. We became a safe country 15 years ago, but an official peace agreement that was supposed to come a month ago was officially announced yesterday. So the important thing here, what is most important is that today every Colombian wants to be part of a real reconciliation process after more than 50 years of war.
So, lack of awareness, limited resources, a country's reality, and an absence of love. Is that an adversity? No, we decided to turn it into a huge opportunity.
Because this is all about people, and people are moved by desires, by emotions. So with this context, we understood that we had to find a real connection between people's deepest desire to be part of something bigger and the meetings industry. We needed to go beyond what had to be done and help our destination in a more meaningful way. And we needed to make our hearts beat again. And that was a very strong reason for us to be aware that this industry cannot be a stranger to our country's reality. That was our common purpose.
So we thought, who doesn't want to feel like a hero? But do heroes need money? Yeah, but they can also rely in their other superpowers, like when they gather people towards a common purpose. So we decided to use the power of this industry so that all of us can become superheroes.
We decided to raise the level of the dialogue of this industry in Bogota by making everyone understand that a better future is possible and that through events we can accomplish that and break the paradigm that an event is just a simple event.
So we started to show everyone that fostering transformation is possible through the events industry. And with that in mind, we decided to establish 4 main objectives.
The first one, the industry have to be united. They must feel a fundamental part of this decision. So we listened to them, and afterwards we involved them in a way that they could leave aside any selfish competition.
Increase the value perception of the industry, understand the country and the city's needs, also the public and institutions' interest, and then search for events that could help us all accomplish their goals.
We needed to create a net, which we call a weaving. So we started creating bidding strategies when we involve different actors from very different sectors and gave them a definite role. But we went beyond the institutional matters. We reached the regular citizens because we wanted them to feel part of the decision also, instead of just giving them notifications of new events coming to the city.
And it was also mandatory to make it happen, to work hard, to insist, to persist. But behind those four objectives, there is a strong message. We need everyone. Why is that? Because when we showed them that through events they could achieve their own individual goals, they started to believe. And once they started to believe, we decided to make them part of that unique net where the only superstar will be Bogota.
But none of those four objectives would have any meaning if we weren't able to find a very different and a strong way to achieve them. We didn't need a traditional marketing strategy. We didn't even need people to feel just emotional about it. We needed people to be engaged, to take action. So we defined two lines of action. The first one, this industry has to be active in the reconciliation process of our country because we understood that events can be a huge opportunity for those who once were victims of our conflict, and for former rebels who today are working to get a second chance. We found out that through national governmental programs of reincorporation to society, these people have developed successful entrepreneurships that could be helpful during the events procurement process. And we also worked with the National Education Institution to create an academic program so they could get trained in the basic needs of the industry and that events could become a source of employment for them. Afterwards, as we were doing that, we were starting to involve them first in our academic sessions, then into our site inspections. And today, we're hoping to have some of them involved in the congresses we are hosting there. And you have to believe me, there is nothing more magical than that.
The second line of actions was related to search and bid for events that had the power of transformation and that could help us accomplish our goals. So we target two events. The first one related to youth, since they are the responsibles of delivering the long-term process of transformation. And the second one related to peace, since as a clear invitation for the civil society to take an active role in the building moment peace of our country. In both of the events, we had the opportunity to involve the citizens in the bidding process, and that had a beautiful collateral effect. People started to believe in the destination, started to trust Bogota, and you know for sure that in this industry, trust means business. And with that, they all started to see that it was worth it as we won the bids.
We cannot tell you that we solved all our challenges, but we started a very dynamic process in which, through events, we can accomplish most important countries' and cities' needs, but as a result of everyone's hard work and engagement, and most importantly, making everyone feel part of a very beautiful process. So today, events are becoming an important asset for Bogota. And regarding business, the citizens' trust help us increase our bid opportunities in 160%. It doesn't mean that we're winning them all, but at least we're having more chances to bid.
And the mayor officially decided to be part of this strategy by investing 50% of the resources for the Convention Bureau beginning in 2017.
We gather more than 30 institutions in this strategy, thousands of citizens, and today 40% of our companies have already expressed their will to continue with this strategy, and we're just starting. But what is most important, the Bogota Chamber of Commerce, who represents the entirely private sector of the city and has become our greatest ally, is helping us encourage all the country's actors to give the meetings industry the relevance it deserves to have.
In the past 2 years, we have invested $40,000 in this strategy. But once we get the support of the citizens and the other allies, that amount of investment will multiply times 4 for all that we wanted to do.
We can tell you from our heart that money can never be a limit. There are plenty of other options to achieve their goals. That we can't forget that love equals trust, and trust in this job equals business. That it is very important to achieve early victories so that the people you got engaged can commit to future processes. We know for sure that every destination has a very different reality, but if you are able to find your larger purpose, you will get the tools to create a net, a unique weaving, where the only superstar will be the destination.
And that's the only guarantee of a long-term and sustainable strategy, where the final outcome will be that all the entities feel the Convention Bureau is an important asset and that it's also part of it.
We are changing the present.
We are shaping the future.
Fostering transformation
through the events industry.
That's our commitment. Because we believe.
We are the Convention Bureau.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
They say you should never waste an opportunity. I'm sure you'll agree with me. 4 very different, very real challenges, and 4 very real, very effective and amazing solutions. So I'm going to ask you to do this one more time. I'm going to ask all our presenters to stand, and I'd like you to join with me in really recognizing their efforts, because it's a fantastic... Thank you. So now, the really difficult bit is we've got to choose one overall finalist who we feel collectively should be recognized as the 2016 ICCA Best Marketing Award winner. Just remind you again on the focus that we started off with that the judges use, and we ask you to keep this in the back of your mind as well. A focus on innovation and creativity, on the research and rationale behind the projects, on the return on investment, on how successful the stated objectives were met, and finally, how well the projects were communicated. I'd like to walk through the voting methodology now, because it's a little bit different from normal. So first thing I want to do is to make sure everybody has a voting paper. Everybody's got? And I also want to make sure you've only got one voting paper, because I can see, I'm watching, so everybody, I want to give everybody a chance to make sure they all are voting. And remember, this is different from our General Assembly. Everybody has a vote here. I want to remind you of who our finalists are, and we've given each finalist a number. 1 is Sky City Auckland Convention Centre. 2 is Bureau of Foreign Trade, Ministry of Economic Affairs, Meet Taiwan. 3 is London and Partners, and 4 is Greater Bogota Convention Bureau. There are 5 questions on your sheets, and they are playing back into those criteria that we identified earlier on. For each question, we want you to place a circle on the number of your preferred winner. Now, you can only select one winner per question, but you can have different winners for each of the questions. And we're going to allow 15 seconds for the vote to take place. It's clear? Good. Okay. And just for the purpose, because it's new, I may repeat a lot of these steps just to make sure everybody is comfortable and we're all following the same procedure. So our first question is, which campaign was the most creative and most innovative? 1, Sky City. 2, Meet Taiwan. 3, London and Partners. 4, Bogota. And what we're asking you to do is to select that campaign you believe was the most creative and most innovative, to put a circle around the number appropriate to your choice. You can only select one, for each question, and I'm going to open the 15-second voting period now. Excellent, thank you. Question number 2. Which campaign demonstrated the best quality of execution, professionalism, and how the marketing was carried out? Same principle. 1, if you believe it's Sky City. 2, if it's the Meet Taiwan. 3, if it's London and Partners. And 4, if it's Greater Bogota Convention Bureau. Voting procedure. Select a campaign that you believe demonstrated the best quality of professionalism and execution. Put a circle around the number. You can select only one, and I'm now going to open the 15-second voting period. Thank you. Question 3. Which campaign achieved ambitious, clearly defined targets and objectives? 1, Auckland. 2, Taiwan. 3, London. 4, Bogota. You hopefully at this stage are getting the drill, so I'll let you read it. I won't repeat it. And I'd now like to open the voting period of 15 seconds. Thank you. There are 5 questions, so 2 more to go. Question number 4. Which campaign demonstrated the best return on investment? 1, Auckland. 2, Taiwan. 3, London. 4, Bogota. Same procedure. You choose which finalists met that criteria the most effectively, and I'm opening the 15-second voting period now. Thank you. And this is our final question. Which company communicated most effectively? 1, Sky City, Auckland. 2, Meet Taiwan. 3, London and Partners. 4, Bogota. And you know the procedure. And I'm now going to open the voting period, 15 seconds starting now. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our 2016 ICCA Best Marketing Awards. As always, really, we all so much appreciate your participation. It is a unique award where you, the audience, get 50% of the votes. I encourage you to get ready for next year, and we will be announcing the winner. Our President, Nina Frizan-Pretorius, will be announcing the winner at the closing ceremonies. Thank you so much for your participation and your patience, and enjoy the rest of the Congress.